Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are here at Helsinki International Airport, or Helsinki-Vantaa International Airport, and we are going to be flying the A340-300 by BlackBox Simulations, which we have upgraded a bit actually on the outside. We have done some PBR just to make it look a bit nicer, and now, I mean, it's not perfect PBR, but it's akin to, I would say, the Aerosoft A330. There's some issues with some of the lights. I can get the nav lights to work properly. I need to fix that. They light up the tail crazily. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. From the inside, it's still the same P3D crap inside, but I mean, the outside is looking pretty nice. And of course helps with this really nice MK Studio scenery. Really like these effects that they have on top of these chimneys. It just adds to the kind of vibe. And we're just gonna fly my normal kind of casual flight that I usually do, which is Helsinki to Arlanda or Arlanda to Helsinki. It's a very short flight, but a very kind of easy to do, very satisfying flight. And we're going to start off by just loading the fuel and payload. I kind of emptied everything. Why? Not sure, but I thought I would do that so we can get somewhat right zero fuel weight. In terms of fuel, we should only have 25, so we should have actually very little fuel. I should almost be at empty actually. Not quite, but pretty low. So we're at 55, we only need 25. Now we're at 37, 20, 20, now we're at 29, 18, and 18, now we're at 26. That will do. Always a bit of a, I guess, difference. Maybe we can do 17 and 70, maybe that will give us a closer one. 25.4. That should do it, I think, but I want to play on the safe side. You never know with the fuel burns. We'll do 18. Where gross weight is 321 and we need to be around 363, 364. So we can add some cabin crew weight to the front, and then pack zones we can add quite a bit. Okay, that was a bit overkill. Now we're basically there. Let's add a bit more, a bit carefully. We can, I think we can add a bit more to this one. That should be pretty good. We have some galley already with some, so okay, we weren't totally empty to be frank. But yeah, that should be it in terms of the weight. We can actually start the boarding process. And I'm gonna use because I finally found you can do it on settings. You can lower the announcement volumes and stuff. So I'm hoping now it should be lower. And we can do a try, for example, with Finnair.
Hyvää päivää, hyvät
Welcome on board Finnair.
So that actually seems pretty nice. Much lower. So let's do our flight setup, passenger. Let's see. So there we go, our new one. And then we want to find the A340-300. I think that should be all correct. The sim will be P3D. Manufacturer, Airbus. And then, okay, so there's different models, right? If you have, we'll do 120, I'm not sure how slow it will be. Then we can do next, auto announcements, and then airline. And we can select Finnair, next, and start the passenger simulation. So a bit of the wrong gate, but otherwise correct. I'll move this one down so we can also start the pack X boarding. So we request boarding. We'll do 100 passengers. Maybe we should do that more. We don't have to select any jetway. The boarding should hopefully start relatively smoothly. And here you can see I've already kind of aligned and set some of these things up. Just wanted to make sure it was working. We don't need to attack the pushback tug. We can get the crew on board. They always want to open. It's one of these weird doors. I need to fix that with GSX. I don't know why I open exit 1. There's no one there. So that's a bit... Yeah, look at these lights. I need to fix some of these things. They're way too bright. That's the problem with the logo light as well. Let me just show you. Yeah. I mean, it's not broken. It's just P3D version 4 settings. I was able to fix it with the rest of the lights, but some of them I have definitely not been able to tweak just yet. But okay, could be worse, could be worse. We have the APUs and things connected, and it still looks pretty good, the aircraft itself. We can board the passengers with the Luke Air tool. We'll ask them to prepare for boarding. We can go to the init page. We'll align the IRS. Looks like it's updated pretty nicely. And we can actually start inserting everything else. So 343, not the most interesting flight number. Our alternate, not sure which airport this one is. Oh, sorry, it's not supposed to go there. Cost index of 74. Cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. With a temperature of, let's just check the data we have on this. So at 30,000 it's minus 50. 54. Oh yeah, we can't do that. We need to do... So this is actually correct of BlackBox. To have that requirement. 0 fuel weight. We're not gonna get it exactly right, but it should be 338 with a block fuel of 26.5 about, right? Probably not completely correct, but close enough. Let me see, are all of these, they're all connected, that's the only sucky part, I guess. Oh yeah, we can't see the nose either, that's something I frown a bit upon. Let's see if I can do some PBR on the inside, make it look a bit nicer. I mean, we do have these, they look pretty nice. Maybe if you PBR some of the more ugly stuff, you could get it to look pretty nice. But let's see. I did try some things like this wheel thing. If you remove that, this seems to be acting somewhat correctly, right? So it's not bad in any way. The door page, the ones that are open are shown as open, so that's pretty good. So for me it's still the best one to go for. I know Xworks had the one for X-Plane, but I'm a bit always fishy with those that are like developments from another airplane. like the A330 to the A340. I know they're very similar, right? But so I'm gonna wait if Tolis makes one, right? That will be the winner. Then this one, I guess, will just be used when I want to fly something in P3D. That's Airbus A340. The only thing, you don't have the airways. I'm not sure if this is how it was with the older version, or if this is something that is wrong. It does seem to, though, work by doing it like that. And then we can do direct to Runga. And then another one to Zeeland. The thing I'm most worried about flying this is the landing. Like, it's just very weird on landing. That's always the thing is to not touch the control and just kind of let it settle. I'm not sure how correct that is. ILS 08. That's fine, I guess. And then Zila 4S. We don't want to have any transition. We want to just do a discontinuity and then get that right. Performance, we'll have to fill that in. If I don't remember, yeah, we don't have anything to do that. They do have their own calculation tool, but I haven't been able to get it to work for a while now. Let me say A340-300 speeds. Just seeing if there's some sort of calculation. Doesn't seem to be, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the older version, right, with the CRT screens, so that's why they're looking a bit bulkier. Let's actually check how the boarding is going. It's going pretty well. We can wish them welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. I will kindly ask you to take your seats as we are preparing for...
Can we put this on already? Yeah, not sure that's correct. The brake fan, that works. Do you see it also on the... Where would you see the brake one? Flight controls? I doubt that would be the brake fan. I guess it would be on the wheel. But oh well. Let's not get stuck on that. In terms of other things to do, and this is pretty cool, we can see the passengers boarding. When I flew the A330 out of here, or when I flew as a passenger, the A330 was this one at the end here. And then the one we arrived with was the one, I'm trying to think, on the other side. So yeah, that was pretty nice. Oh, and I just realized we don't seem to have any traffic. So that's a bit sucky. Let's get AIG. Let's start that and hope we can get some passengers. Or not passengers, sorry, planes. Anything else in terms of our flight? Maybe we have the 80s takeoff data. Is this really our... Maybe we're getting it from SimBrief. 132, 132, 137. Let me check so we can set the... We don't actually have a flight plan loaded, and that's always something I recommend just for active sky reasons. I think we have to go down. I have a lot of these saved, and a lot of them are wrong named. It's not even the right airport they're flying between. This one looks to be correct, so we'll do OK. And now it's important when you're loading it like this to not move your plane, right? You want to avoid by mistake selecting that you want to move it to this new position that's in the flight plan. So just press OK. It will load a bit. It's a bit buggy because I'm using vector data, but and here we get no, we don't want to move it. And you want to use vector data if you're flying Finland because the archipelago just looks so much better. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they had implemented this one, even though it's a bit gimmicky. I mean, who cares? But I guess that's nice if you're into that realism. This one doesn't seem to work. I think the chrono works here though. In terms of flap, they're recommending flap 1. Select temp 54. Are they saying 5? In terms of up? That seems very extreme. No, that's something else. Do they even have the trim settings? Don't think so. We do have the flap though. Or I think it's the flap setting. Let me see if we can, maybe we can just do it ourselves. We do 1. We'll let you do 2. Some more used I will do up 2.0. I think that's a more reasonable one. But let's see. Could be that I'm wrong, right? You never know. Oh, it's at 1.7 now. Oh, let's see if we can get this 1.9.2. Yeah.
Pyydämme teitä sijoittamaan käsimatkatavaranne matkatavarahyllyyn. Voitte sijoittaa ne myös edessä olevan istuimen alle. Kiitos.
Very good announcements actually.
Dag bästa passagerare och välkomna ombord på Finlands OneWeb-flyg. Vi ber er placera ert handbagage på bagagehyllan. Kan ni också placera dem under stolen framför er. Tack. Good afternoon, ladies
So they're
and
doing
gentlemen.
Finnish, Swedish and English. So that's
Please stow your hand luggage in the overhead lockers.
very good.
Your hand
Very
luggage
realistic
can also be
actually.
placed under the seat in front of you.
What else? We can start the APU now. I think this is not... Oh yeah, flap open. It is actually included, so that's good. We'll start it. I don't think the test switches here are working though, so that's a bit of a bummer. What could be worse? Okay, so flap open and the APU is starting. Very nice, and we have all our settings here, so that's good. Let me just see if there's anything. Okay, no call out. I was looking if there's some call out modifications for this that could be good to use in the future, but nope. Okay, we have the APU. Can't hear anything though. We'll do the bleed. We can disconnect that. Let's put the beacon on, see if that's something weird. No, it doesn't seem like it. We'll go to menu here, configure the doors. Basically closing these doors. Let's see if that's fine. Now we have every passenger boarded. We can close. Now we just gotta set up the pilot to ADC actually, and the best thing to do would be of course first to set up the airplane itself. Seemingly we have a lot of these Boeing. Maybe we can do this one and just make sure we have saved We don't need two of the Boeings, right? I can have an Airbus 300. Tail number. What did I do with the tail? Have I actually put something? I should just put the number itself. That's probably the easiest. We can save. Maybe we can call this A340, but yeah, who knows? I'm not sure how like kind of careful you need to be. How many profiles should you actually have? And then we can do Finnair 4003. We'll add that as our call sign just because it's gonna be easier. We have airline. We can close. We have Finnair selected. We'll import the flight plan. Make sure it's correct. You can close there, which seem to have the right procedure. So we have the right runway. Then it's a Diva 5. We can load that SID. The star one is Zealand 4S. We can load that. Is there not an ILS for that? Do we have a localizer one? Have they changed that? Let's do the localizer one. I think that's the closest one we can get. Well, let's try to verify the plan actually. Though it looks a bit funky now. This one is going 5, 7 tab and then down. To the approach. Let me see, Zealand, no transition, tab, load stars. Okay, that's fine. And then approach, chess, direct vectors. That should be fine. Sorry, I'm not showing you. I was mainly trying to check how I could make this work, but I think I have it. Let's see if we can activate the approach. So there we go. Now it should be somewhat aligned. Not perfectly though, but good enough I would say. We can validate. Make sure we have the same flight level. Is it really wanting to go up to 360? I mean, we can definitely try, but I don't remember it wanting to go that high. Let me see if I can just do 3 and validate 300. Yeah, 3000. Yeah, it seems to work. That's fine. Let's connect to the sim. It's gonna load for a bit. I'm actually gonna, let me see while it loads. I'm gonna, because we have all the passengers on board, so I'll just say
100 at 3 knots. Sky condition VFR. Temperature minus.
Let me just switch that one so we don't have to listen. And we can also do doors closed. I'll move this one down. We'll do the doors closed announcement. I think everything seems to be closed actually, so that's good. Let's check the door page. Looks closed. We'll do pilot and we'll do closed doors.
Cabin crew, please close doors. Thank you.
Okay. What we can then do, we can operate the jetways and undock. So that one will undock. We could have connected to it to be honest, but oh well. Now we just need to find out if we file the flight plan, which is what's gonna be our 80s. We need to check the frequencies. So Helsinki, Maybe we can just do the Helsinki ground one. What's that, like 1.8? 12 maybe? Let's see. Let's see if this works. Finnair 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Finnair 4003
Oh, we should be a heavy, of
cleared to
course,
Echo Sierra
but
Sierra
yeah.
Alpha fly the Nunt 5 Delta departure, then as filed. Expect departure runway 15. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Helsinki approach on 129.85. Squawk 4053.
Those
Finnair
assholes.
4003
They
is
gave us
cleared
another-
to Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha fly the Nunt 5 Delta departure, then is filed. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Helsinki approach on 129.85. Squawk 4053.
Finnair 4003 read
Oh,
back
doesn't
direct
make too much of a
altimeter
difference.
3104. Let us know when you're ready for pushback.
And they wanted us to
Altimeter
go to
3104 Finnair 4003.
6,000 feet. And we actually want to change the way they speak about the altimeter. Sorry. And let me see. Squawk 4053. There we go. And let's check that it's actually on, squawking correctly. Okay, it was on. Good. Let's check the outside. Looks pretty good. Let's ask Pack X for pushback. I don't think we need de-icement, even though they seem keen on it. And what was the active weather? 'Cause that's when we changed. Okay, we don't have it here, but we probably have current active weather 1051. And let's change. One. And let's see if we get that error that they're not aligned, but I doubt we'll. Constraints. We should get that though, so. But nothing, so that's a bit unfortunate. And they are ready for pushback. Finnair 4003 ready for pushback.
Finnair 4003 pushback approved.
Pushback
Pushback
approved.
approved Finnair 4003.
Very good. They are getting ready for pushback.
Hello, 2367, good morning, Roger, runway 31 right.
Roger, check completed. Wipe has been inserted.
Oh, he's down there. Hiding. I don't know what it is, but that wheel looks so odd.
Roger, thank you.
Okay, and we are getting push. Oh no, still nothing. Still no aircraft. Is that really?
2367, vacate runway via Zulu, then continue taxi on Alpha at uniform gate 34.
I don't know what's going on. Why are we not getting any?
Hello, 2367, for the marshal, goodbye. Bye-bye.
Maybe I haven't started it correctly. Run as admin. I always think I have that run as admin. Let's give it another shot. Sometimes it just doesn't want to play ball. Okay, they're looking gear. Those can be on. those are available because of the parking brake set. Anything else? No. That should be on nav. I mean, it's not really working properly. Nose left.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brake set.
We won't stand by. We'll go full steam ahead. I'm gonna be really interested in seeing the fuel, if this will get us all the way to Sweden. Depends on, I guess, how good the BlackBox has implemented the fuel system. Okay, and we're now starting the third engine. So the tiny little APU there. Got some smoke coming off it. Looking pretty good. And it's looking relatively good. We will start the second engine. I think you can do 2 engine starts simultaneously with this one actually, but we'll keep it a bit old school. We're taking off from runway 15. This green, it's a bit broken, this magenta, but it does follow the nav pretty well, I would say. Any luck yet? Loading flight data, EFHK files. Let's hope it works. That one is looking good. Let's start engine 4. I mean, logically we could taxi with 2 engines, but let's just get them all running.
Set parking brakes.
And now we should have the... Oh, now we have it. Wonderful. We'll set parking brakes. Looks like it's stable. We'll start engine 1 as well. Love the fact that it has 4 engines. That's really the best.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
And I don't think we'll get the boarding. We'll have to do it ourselves. The safety announcement.
Lovely 2368. What will be our runway for departure and the SID? Runway will be 13 left, and what is your...
And let's see the last engine, this one. Looking pretty good though. I mean, visually they do a good outside mode, I'll give them that. Let's check these lights. Okay, nothing wrong with them at least. Maybe a bit weak, but better than being too strong. Good. That's looking all fine. We can stop that. We can put on the weather radar that's
Bypass pin removed.
non-functional. APU please.
Left is clear, right is clear.
We can go to low. That will give us a bit of extra thrust. Let's have a look at the bleeds, pressurization. Looking good. And here you can even control it from a 2D panel. And also add a bit of brightness. Okay, he's still walking. There we go. See his shadow. I'll say goodbye to him. I'm gonna put that light on, even though it's ugly on the outside, just to make sure we're following the correct procedures. Finnair 4003, ready to taxi.
Good,
Finnair 4003 runway 15, taxi via Alpha Whiskey, Alpha Kilo, Alpha Tango, Alpha Victor, Alpha Golf, Alpha Victor, Alpha Delta,
Okay.
Zulu, Yankee,
Parking
Yankee
brakes
Bravo,
released.
hold short runways 22 left, 15.
Runway 15, taxi via Alpha Whiskey, Alpha Kilo, Alpha Tango, Alpha
Flaps,
Victor,
take
Alpha Golf,
off.
Alpha Victor, Alpha Delta, Zulu, Yankee, Yankee Bravo, hold short runways 22 left, 15
Press
Finnair
T.
4003.
that it may be behind you. You must adopt the
As that should hopefully at least let us
to bend forward and down
taxi.
and as low as possible.
I wish the tiller would work a bit.
It is also important to leave all
It does work from time to time, the tiller.
the safety features of this aircraft may also be found in the safety card located in the seat belt. Please review the important information on the safety card.
Maybe we can pull down a bit on this throttle. You might want to keep a bit of it. Okay, let's check here. Turning right. Maybe a bit fast on the taxiing, getting away. I mean, we're very light today. We're not flying any long haul, so that could explain it. Okay. Let's see if we see any of these other two aircrafts that we have spawning in. Oh, we have an A321 as well. I really need to start using higher settings on the AI traffic. Sucks when you don't have any planes at these kind of airports. There we have an Air France. And they actually want us to turn here. I find that very interesting. But we'll do that if that's their command. God, I hate that. Can we do it like that? Will it give us any? Nah, it's still normal. Good. Look at these tires though. No clue what's going on, but that looks hilarious. I wonder if it's the PBR, but I don't have PBR on the tires. Oh well, not gonna question that now. Let me just have a look if the wheels are giving us any indication of something being off. Doesn't appear to do so. Let's try to get on the center line here and try to at least mimic that we are trying to do it by the books. We want to turn here. Oh yeah, I have no clue about. Oh yeah, that's the rudder one. Okay, good. So you can activate by just pressing there. And it actually wants us to turn immediately here, which I find interesting, but okay. I do wonder if the tires have always been wobbling a bit weirdly, or if that's when I added the PBR to the model. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the instigator. It does look a bit funny though. They're like spinning, but not spinning. Oh well. Can't have it all in life. I don't remember that being the case though with my previous video flying this one. I think that was the Mahan one. Oh no, I flew an Edelweiss one as well. Okay, let's see. We should actually be turning here in order to turn on the next one. I'm not gonna do that. I wanna minimize the amount of turning we do. Left is clear, right is clear. At least the shadows look pretty okay from within the cockpit, a bit of blurriness, but better than I've seen some other airplanes. I really like the kind of ground in this one with the snow and stuff. Left is clear, right is clear. I doubt they'll give us any sort of clearance to go over here, so I'm gonna do this myself and put on these. Okay, looks good, apart from the weird looking wheels. Could be worse though. Hey, who knows, maybe now I'll be able to land properly with the wheels being all funny. I'll just keep the lights on. So let's get up in the air and start traveling. It's really nice sky actually. So 5 points from me to the weather gods. Keeping the weather nice and smooth.
Finnair 4003 contact Helsinki Tower on 118.6.
Tower on 118.6 Finnair 4003.
Finnair 4003, ready for takeoff.
Finnair 4003 winds are 070 at 3 knots. Runway 15 cleared for takeoff, squawk 4053.
Runway 15 cleared for takeoff, squawking 4053 Finnair 4003.
Fuel looks fine. Now we just need to line up on the runway and then get going. I don't know why my tiller won't work as I would want it to work, but oh well. It's like it only wants to work on my main rudder. But it's, yeah, it's just this plane, right? Okay. Let's make sure we have it somewhat on the center line now. Because I'm gonna turn off the tiller control. We don't need that. Let's do it. Oh wait, we need to actually put that one up. Okay. The engines are nicely spooling up. Climb. Flex. Man, flex, SRS. Supposed to say runway, but I guess we'll take what we have. Airspeed is alive. Can push down. I didn't check the flight controls, but they do seem to be working based on the info we have. We don't have to push down anymore. 100 knots, check. 120. V1. Rotate. Actually very well by SimBrief. We actually rotated very nicely. Okay, gear coming up. We can climb quite a bit higher. Looking pretty good, our surroundings. Beautiful Finland. Turning to the right. We can go flaps 1, that should be fine. And I think we can actually start going. Gonna push it down a bit.
Finnair 4003 climb and maintain flight
level
120 contact. Helsinki approach on 124.32.
Climb and maintain flight level 120.
We can shut
Approach
these
on
lights.
124.32 Finnair 4003. Approach Finnair 4003 climbing to flight level 120.
Okay.
Finnair 4003, good morning.
Now let's climb a bit. Yeah, but looking really nice. I mean, this is B3D at its finest, right? Nice clouds, even if they're 2D. Nice viewpoints. An airplane that's relatively nice to fly, hand fly. Even though I wouldn't call this the simulation level airplane. But it has like, it's a good, you can see it's a good developer behind it. And I think they've done some really good aircraft for Microsoft Flight Sim, so there is a lot of potential. Okay, let's see. Standard and standard. Now it wants us to turn to the right. So if they just had released another version, this one could have been really good. Hate the fact that they still sold it and called it Prologue for such a long time, and even multiple years later saying that yeah, there's gonna be updates. And then just no, there's not gonna be updates. I think that was a bit that's a bit rude. 120, so they gave us higher clearances. And the autopilot is acting relatively nicely, so that's nice to see. Aren't we on standard? Why is that still blinking? Oh, standard, sorry. That's standard. You press out. We don't want to be on VS, we actually want to be on climb. So let's see if this will work. I'm gonna jump out quickly. Just have a look. I'm actually wondering if we should take a new... Because how often do you get like Finnair over Helsinki in such a clear day, winter? Oh, well, we need to climb crazily, Jesus. That's why you should focus on flying, not taking pictures. Now it's gonna... I actually prefer the Boeing autopilot over the detent autopilot of the Airbus, that I like to call it. Even though the logic of the Airbus is very clever.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you may
That
now
we
move
have.
around the cabin. However, we always
I
recommend
forgot to
to
say
take your
prepare for
seatbelt
takeoff,
fastened
that's a bit
while
embarrassing.
Finnair 4003 climb and maintain flight level 180 climb and maintain
Yeah,
flight
we're just
level
gonna get this higher
240
climbs.
contact Tampere Center on 121.3.
Still hand flying this.
Flight level 180 climb and maintain flight level 240 center on 121.3 Finnair 4003.
It's been a lot of fun. I really like that they have this winter. And it's a beauty, this airplane. Looks very good with the PBR.
Finnair 4003, good morning.
God, so many different voices. I feel pretty stable now with this airplane. I feel like we can put the autopilot in control. What I'm gonna do is actually... Let me see, what's this one? I was watching some YouTube earlier. Nothing interesting. Cleaning up some of my open... nothing too interesting.
November 808 Tango. Just confirm, heading 115, correct? November 808 Tango.
We're climbing nicely. We can maybe pull these down. Do we have the side ones as well? We do. So that's very nice. That way we don't have to be disturbed by the sun. We're getting some really low FPS now for some reason. Why? I do not know. Let me just check if I managed to open something. I'm gonna quickly jump out. It's a bit too strong, the PBR. Wish I need to work a bit on getting it a bit less strong. And here we go. Where are we flying now? This must be 51. Is that Inco? Trying to figure out where we're at. There is Hanko. Up here must be Eknes. Which I think is Tammisaari in Finnish.
Lyman maintain flight level 300 Finnair 4003.
Okay, it's still looking good. We're flying beautifully across the nice Finnish archipelago. These are some really nice, both Tammisaari and Hanko is really nice cities to visit during the summer months. Sorry, there is Tammisaari right down there. Okay, let's jump in. Let's make sure we are still climbing as 300. Good. So it's all as of now looking fairly fine. Nothing to complain about, in other words. Are we though going for the right Pepig? Oh, this one wanna go for Pepig, but the other one wants to just go directly for Pogok. Very interesting. I don't know why we get these weird deviations with the, I need to have a look at that with the Navigraph flight plans. We have approach activated, so that's good. So generally looking good. Fuel situation is fine, but let's follow that a bit. Because what are we gonna supposed to be at what? So at Pepig we're supposed to be at 17.7. Is that gonna be the case? I think so. I think that's gonna be the case, so we should be fine. So it's actually pretty well implemented, so that's nice to see. There was something I was gonna check, but now I totally lost my train of thought. Let's see, where's our top of descent after Pogok? I'm gonna check what the Pilot TDC has for us, top of descent after Pogok as well, so that's good. Perfect. I'm gonna go and take something to drink, and I'll leave you to captain this aircraft in my absence. See you shortly.
4003, you are off course. Turn left to heading to 30 to return to course.
Heading 230 Finnair 4003.
Finnair 4003, expect the Chilla 4 Sierra arrival with the Chilla transition with vectors for the localizer approach to runway 08 at Ananda Airport.
Expect the XILA 4 Sierra arrival with the Zilan transition with vectors for the localizer approach to runway 08 Finnair 4003.
Iberian 032 with you, passing 336, descending 320, on course to Brussels. Iberian 0, can I pass it? Update descent flight level 50, level at Brussels.
The captain is back. Still flying above Finland, but we're coming up towards the end of the Finnish archipelago, getting closer to the Åland Islands, or Ahvenmaa. In terms of our landing, let's double check everything. So we have that prepared for 08, which only has a localizer according to this one. Oh, sorry. Don't know if I burped there, if I was just cleaning my coughing throat, but nevertheless disgusting. No, wait, it's an ILS. What the hell?
We'll cross Zilan at or below flight level 150, then
Well,
descend
let's
via
try.
the XILA 4 Sierra arrival with the Zilan transition to flight level 050. Finnair 4003.
Has there ever been an ILS for that one? Very interested in seeing some of these charts, because I want to know if 08 has the potential for ILS, or if I'm gonna do something I try to avoid normally doing, using the app tool of
Finnair 4003, resume navigation.
Resume navigation Finnair 4003.
this one is giving me a ILS frequency actually. Very interesting. Well, if there is one, we'll use it. Resume navigation. Oh, it's because we went a bit off, right? Going to Pogok. And we got the descent clearance as well, which I totally missed. So cross Zealand at or below flight level 1,500 or 15,000. Descend via the Sierra. Now what's gonna be the approach? So we're gonna get it all ready before TEP. And we are actually gonna be flying, well, not really, but very close to where I live, so that's nice. How does this one look when we're up in the air? Very interesting. No effect. Is it because the ground kind of gives that effect? It must be. would be the main culprit, I would assume. Look at these fine APUs. It's amazing that they can power an aircraft and remove the upper bar. Oh, and look at that. Can we see the... Yeah, we can. You can see that we have pulled these down. Interesting, as you can see the wipers. I think they're though non-moving. But the fact that they are there is pretty cool. Probably was planned to be moving at some point. Yeah, beautiful aircraft. Let's have a look at the picture I took for the... I think it's pretty okay, it's pretty decent. This one. Be a good thumbnail. Hopefully. I think the lights is very good in P3D. Actually, I really like it. I mean, there's some tweaks I would do, but apart from that, there's a lot of. I mean, I still think the fact that all developers gave up on P3D is really sad and unwarranted. It's a sim with great possibility. I'm gonna open quickly Discord and just check if there's anything interesting. Let's see, does Aerogenesis have any updates yet? Nothing yet. Unfortunately. There was no other interesting news, so I'm gonna close Discord just to save our computers a bit of tiny time, and we should be descending now. God damn it. God damn it. Let's see if we can do a automatic descent. Don't get us killed. That's exactly what it's gonna do. So we're gonna change to a controlled descent by ourselves. We'll do a bit harder than I would, or a bit faster of a descent than I would normally do. We're better safe than sorry. In relation to our descent point, we did kind of just about cross it. Maybe we can check the prog page here. We're 3,000 above what we should be, so it's not the end of the world. If this one is working, which I hope it is. I need to also have a look at the voices with Pilot 2DC, make sure I don't use the weird ones. I had this I think on max, let's put medium. We can go to performance in it. We actually need to fill this one in, which I totally forgot about, to be frank. We'll do the VR one just to be aligned with what the information we have. In terms of the 80s, let's have a look. It's a bit lower barometric compared to Finland. 0 degrees. Winds of 130 at 8. Not completely calm, but not the worst either. Full flaps. VAP looks good. I don't think we get that sort of information. I think you get the takeoff. Let me just check what information we do get. Takeoff and landing report. Landing data, anything interesting? No. I would say generally nothing. too interesting. Let's say VREF. Okay, just giving us some example. Okay, so we have the landing report. Another entry exit VW5 closed due to asphalt damage. Entry exit taxiway X2 limited. Use eastbound taxi line. Westbound taxi line closed. Taxiway X limited. BTN max wingspan due to work in progress. Okay, that's very interesting. I love those sort of kind of things, right? Reading the NOTAMs and well, I don't really follow them because I'm too lazy for that, but that's very good to know. And actually the fun part is that it's actually X, which is the one I'm gonna be taxiing on, partly. You won't notice it in game though.
Tango Alpha Alpha, contact 132.315. Bye bye.
Yeah, we're still, and you can see here the hole with the discontinuity. Let me see though if it wants us to actually continue after ZLAN to SA570. It does seem to want that. So what I'll do is actually clear the discontinuity just to make sure we continue in a straight kind of line. Have a look at the prog page. We're getting better. It's not good, but it's better than it has been. Actually want to be at 105. And now we're actually in the weather again, which I totally missed. God, this is when you're watching the instruments and you are totally missing the life around you. They're looking really good. I really like this Marimekko livery. That's red.
Okay, that's understood. Let's dig for that.
There we go. It's 5,000 around for the for the transition, and in terms of the let me see what else. Missed approach, climb straight ahead to 1,500, radar vectoring for new approach. But it's good. Well, we can leave this, I think that shouldn't be a problem. Starting to break into the clouds, we're still above the water, so there's some ways to go. But we can see the coast of Sweden coming up here. Yeah, I can see it a bit better when we have these.
And just to confirm, your requested is 400, right? Flight level 400,
I need to work a bit with the brightness. It just feels a bit too clear sometimes, or too bright. You can tweak that, of course, going into options and live graphics. So we could, for example, decrease brightness, but now it becomes artificial.
Feller 76, turn right 5 degrees to accommodate your climb. Right turn 5 degrees, outer 7 degrees.
We could also decrease bloom, that's one. Or saturation, but that just makes everything look, or increase it like crazy, and now it really looks like a game, so everything becomes very, so that's and now when you remove it everything looks dead. So yeah, very interesting actually. Okay, still descending. Let's apply a bit of speed brake. Can we apply full actually? I doubt that you're supposed to be able to apply full. Let me see how it looks on the outside. Maybe not full really. Let's see what this does to the prog page. Look at that. They're really getting close to the vertical. Like the deviation soon no more. That is very good news. Very good news. And let me check what were we cleared down to. 050. Okay, and we're soon at the right. It's decreasing a bit less now since we stopped descending as fast as we previously did. We can go down to 8.5 actually at the next one. Let's do this a bit slower because we're doing a controlled one, so let's not descend all the way down. So we're above Zealand now. Let's see if we ask this to maintain, so throttle, descent, idle. So now we're going back to, is it managed or managed mode, I guess? Or unmanaged? I always forget what they call selected mode, unmanaged. So we're below 10,000. Oh, we've never changed that. Another mistake. This one is auto, we don't need to mess with that. We can put the seatbelt signs on. And we can ask the cabin to get ready for a landing. Show pilot.
Finnair 4003
Oh,
maintain heading to 45 vectors to the localizer approach for runway 08 at Arlanda Airport, descend and maintain 3,500
we are not
feet
doing the
contact
localizer, we're doing the ILS
on
approach.
6.65.
So we can put on the landing
Turn to
system.
heading 245 vectors to the localizer approach for runway 08, descend and maintain 3,500 feet approach on 126.65 Finnair 4003. Approach Finnair 4003 descending to 3,500 feet.
Descending to
Finnair 4003, good
3,500.
morning.
Let's actually remove the speed brake. 245, we are descending. We can probably descend a bit faster. Yeah, let's prepare for landing. Yeah, better prepare for landing, cabin crew. What's the weather? I didn't remember to check the cloud. Broken at 3,000 feet. So that's it. No other. Well, this is at the current position, right? What at ESSA? 2,800. Good visibility. That's good to see. So let's follow 245, see where this will get us. We are actually gaining speed, so are we?
Finnair 4003 slow to 250 knots or less.
Wilco Finnair 4003.
I'll have to add some speed brake. Landing elevation auto, changes in the cabin, pressurization.
Tango 10 left heading 200 degrees, cleared islands approach runway 17 for stops. Heading 300 degrees, cleared islands runway 17 for stops, runway Tango.
Good. We are descending still looking good. 3,500. What's that? We're gonna be down at 2,500. Let's see if we're gonna get that from. Yeah, they do seem like they might give us a lower altitude. Let's pay attention and see how they vector us in. But look at that, Sweden. Looking all green, looks really good. These clouds look really good in P3D. Like the bottom of the 2D kind of cumulus clouds. They really look nice from certain perspectives. And looks pretty nice around us as well, so that's good to see. We have medium set. We're still on standard, which we shouldn't be at anymore. We want to be at the 1046. One oh four six. So we're a bit higher than we thought, not by much. Still haven't been able to slow down though. I thought we would definitely be, but let's maybe actually take control over the speed myself. Let's do 235 and see. We're soon gonna be asked to turn. Let's do 230 or 230. Still descending. I think that's Arlanda, right? Because there's a bit of snow around it. Not meshing with the rest. Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna check. Because they said they were gonna come up with some new...
Finnair 4003 expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
Wilco Finnair 4003.
FS scenery. Oh, they updated the website. That's interesting. They have lowered the prices on a lot of them, so that's nice to see. What did they tell us? Speed reduction 250 knots. Okay, good. So need to pay a bit of attention. It's very pretty in the FS scenery ones. I mean, look at Iceland. Looks really good actually. Okay. We should soon be turning in. I'm gonna continue slowing us down a bit. Not by much though. Just because I do want to be prepared for the eventuality of us getting the last turn to final. Hopefully they will let us descend some more sooner rather than later. Now we're in the clouds again, so not seeing anything. But we trust in our ATC. They are well trained and and eagle. Let's see. Still ways to go. They haven't asked us to do anything now for a while, but we'll wait. They know what they're doing. We do not. In terms of things we should have put below on that one is on TARA. Looks like we don't have any terrain or weather radar. That's always a bummer. Oh, I thought we had done that one, but it was only that moving. Unfortunately.
Finnair 4003 turn right to heading 340 QNH is 1046 at Arlanda Airport.
Turn right to heading 340 QNH is 1046 Finnair 4003.
340. Let's be prepared to do the direct, assuming it works. I wonder if offsets works with this one. I doubt it though. I do like that you can pop these out. Okay, anything else in terms of turning? Nothing. Oh no, sorry. We don't want to do that. I just wanted to see how the direct works. It does
Finnair
not work as I
4003,
anticipated.
you are 14 nautical miles southwest of the airport. Fly heading 045 to intercept final. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet cleared for localizer approach to runway 08.
3,000
Contact our
feet.
landed tower on 118.5.
Fly heading 045, descend and maintain 3,000
Going
feet
flaps
cleared for
one.
localizer approach to runway 08. Tower on 118.5
Can't
Finnair
really see the
4003.
flaps, but they are coming down. I really like how it looks in this game compared to X-Plane.
Good morning. Continue localizer to runway 08. Call when established on final.
Continue localizer runway 08 will call when established on final Finnair 4003.
Okay, so we should call when we're established on final. We're now breaking through here. Fortunately, I couldn't point out where I live because there's nothing to see. Okay, sorry, Okay, and let's see if we do approach, cat signal. 190 maybe we can slow down to. I'm gonna go. Oh, we can't go flaps 2 just yet. Can we see anything in terms of clearance, descent, nav, localizer? Thus far nothing. Okay, let's see. 1 plus flaps. Go to 2. I'm gonna continue descending. I'll slow down to 175. These are all on. That's good news. Let's see if we're getting below the weather. It should be at 2,800, barring any misses. We're seeing the localizer. But I'm not seeing any glide slope.
Ryanair 31 Papa Romeo, wind 240 degrees, 7 knots, runway 34, clear takeoff.
Let's take manual control. Let's do this manually. I guess there's only a localizer, even though at some point I guess there must have been a ILS. We'll drop the landing gear. Oh, we don't want to descend too quickly though. Okay, let's see. We're a bit high. But I think we're descending relatively nicely. Throttle is, yeah, that's fine. Let's add a bit of thrust. Make sure we are still on the center line. Looks pretty good. I see a plane there.
1,000.
It's probably landed a bit before us.
Finnair
1,000.
4003 winds are 124 at 9 knots. Cleared to land runway 08.
Clear to land runway 08 Finnair 4003.
Okay, we got the landing clearance. We're still a bit too high.
100 above.
Let's add a bit of thrust.
Minimum.
We need to add the spoilers. Continue.
500. 400. 300.
300. Now we have one red puppy. Now we get the other one.
200.
200.
100.
100.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Stobar 2000 email from Papa 1, enter backtrack, line up runway 34, Abeam Alpha and wait.
Okay. There we go. I do hope that one went as it should, but let's see when we see the replay. Any place to turn earlier, or are we gonna have to taxi all the way to the end? Looks like we might have to taxi all the way to the end. Let's shut this one, because it looks awful.
Terminal 35 X-ray Alpha, wind 240 degrees, 7 knots, runway 28, clear takeoff.
Let's shut that one. Turn on the steering. We can brake. We're getting the announcements. Why isn't it braking? What the hell? What is going on? Jesus. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why. Like there was no friction. Possibly my own mistake, but that was odd.
Shamrock 342, line up runway 28, full enter runway available.
Odd. Very odd. Maybe I went a bit too fast, to be honest.
Thank you for choosing us. We look forward to seeing you on board again.
But we didn't get any friction. I know it's sometimes you need to really turn off the auto brake, because otherwise it's could have been that one. But oh well. happens to the best of us. And we're not flying the most finished aircraft, so let's not be too harsh. I did have a bit of high speed though, should have throttled down. But oh well, we're alive.
Shamrock 39 Charlie, line up runway 28 and wait, full length runway.
Full length available, line up, wait, runway 28,
Are we at all? God, the braking is slow on this one. Maybe it was the speed actually. I'll blame myself for that. Crazy though how it can be so fickle. But oh well, could be worse. Let's taxi and just find some place to park and then we'll watch the replay. God, I hate those wheels. That looks hilarious, to be honest. And I'm actually gonna check now. Since we have some time, I'm just gonna check the Edelweiss video I did earlier. And just see if let me see if we don't go off the runway. Let's see if we have any clip of when we're taxiing. That was from, yeah, wait, I'm gonna check if I can find that separately. Can't focus on both things on the same screen. I'll jump inside the aircraft.
Ryanair 153 reduced to 165 knots or less.
165 or less, Ryanair 153.
No, the taxiing actually looked fine. There's something in that animation that's weird. Is it the PBR somehow that's, you know, making it look weird? Because I mean, look here. This is from before the change. Let me jump back. And here it looks relatively normal. So something I messed up, unfortunately. That just looks odd, to be honest. Is it related to T at all? No, T doesn't. So it's related to the textures itself. I'll have to do some detective work, try to find out why those goddamn wheels don't want to spin the way I want them to. But this is the problem, right? When you start mixing with things and trying to make them work in a certain way, you're gonna get this weird kind of things happening. As long as you don't do it right. It's saying my landing rate was -474, so it's quite a high landing rate, but I felt like we did really good actually, so now I'm a bit bummed out. Let's do 39 maybe, perhaps we can do that. Sorry, 36. Do we have any other aircrafts here? A few A220s, nothing too large. Okay, and we'll be turning. We can put on the APU bleeder now. We'll shut these lights so we don't blind the on stand. I just realized we are parking with the wrong. I'm gonna park direct straight in. So let's try to do that. Try to get it somewhat right. Slow and steady, but now it turned way too much. Oh. Yeah. Sorry about that, Jetway. Let's see if we can get this to turn. That will do. Wasn't the best, but could have been worse. Let's shut off all the engines. That's looking good. We'll deplane the passengers.
The doors have now opened and we are ready to disembark the aircraft.
Ryanair 442, wind 240 degrees, 7 knots, runway 34, clear takeoff. Bye-bye.
Yeah, not the best parking, but let's see, could have been worse, I guess. Here I've boarded multiple planes.
Ryanair 153, turn
I
right
think
onto
that
Bravo
is
taxiway,
the
remain on
above one. That's for the international outside of EU, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look at the landing now, though, so I don't forget. We can go tiny bit further back. I was pretty content with the landing until we skidded off the runway at the end.
Stobart 4 Bravo Zulu, line up runway 34.
Oh no, did I forget to close that one? I have to look at that annoying light. But yeah, I mean, we were a bit high, then we kind of settled. Let's see how the end looked. Let's really have a look at these wheels though, what's creating that weird spinning thing. Okay, we look like we're not really... No, but it still, it looks pretty okay. Yeah, and then we flare a bit. Looks like we broke one of those wheels, even the front ones. No, but I mean, it was a good landing. Now look at that, we have the thrust reversers activated. Can't see the rest, right, because that's not deployed. I should really have stopped here instead of skidding out over the runway, but oh well. Can't have everything in life. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's see if I can fix the wheel thing, because I really like the PBR with the A340. I'm hoping to fly this a bit more often, assuming I can fix the wheel thing. But let's see. Thank you, yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.